Hi, everyone.
Hey there,
It's Alicia Davis
and Stacie Watson.
from Transformative Leadership Strategies. And, we never say that we're coaches.
I know.
But we're coaches,
don't.
by the way.
We are coaches, by the way.
And so this is actually, we're talking about resiliency and the ability to be resilient. We did it in our last video, and we were talking more from that personal, internal perspective.
That's right. What does it take inside of me to really demonstrate resiliency or to feel like I am resilient?
And to be able to bounce back from something.
That's
anything,
right.
So now we want to talk about it in the context of being a leader in an organization.
That's right. And it's a lot of the same principles, but what makes it sort of interesting in the organization is it's not just how we're managing ourselves, but it's how we're supporting and managing those around us.
Right. So, and part of it can be leading by example. Part of it can be being the resource, and that person, when somebody comes to you and they're having that challenge with their child at home, or their car's breaking down, or whatever it is, right? It might be they've just gotten diagnosed with something horrible, whatever, that you're there as a support for them in a way that is helpful, not just for them personally, but also for them to be an effective team member.
That's exactly right. So how can I help you as an individual person within the organization? The other thing I think that can be important is that as a leader or a manager, you can demonstrate resiliency, first of all, by just facing whatever has happened, right? So if you're working on a project, you had a planned outcome and that didn't happen, one of the things that can be very powerful for your team is to see you say, well, it didn't happen. Right?
Level setting, it's acknowledging, and it's just saying what is.
That's right.
Right? And trying to do it without that judgment or that blame. I mean, of course, we've got to problem solve, but that first step of just saying, okay, yep, something just went off the rails.
Right. That's how you can sort of show responding as opposed to reacting, right?
Exactly.
And then the piece that sort of follows from there is one that you read a lot about when you read about people who have started very successful organizations.
Mm-hmm.
And often they will say, had it not been for the hiccups, the failures, quote unquote, the things that didn't go as planned, we wouldn't have arrived where we did. So I think as a leader, we can really help our organizations and our teams understand that failure doesn't mean we're shutting the doors or having to, completely change course. It can sometimes really help us shift and create nuance in a way that makes it better than it might have been before.
Right. And I mean, it helps, it just ties into creativity and innovation. When you allow you, yourself, and your team to just not kind of go down into that kind of negative, judgmental kind of abyss almost, right?
Right.
The naming and blaming and all of that. If you can just name it and then say, okay, so what are some, let's brainstorm. What are some options for what other solutions, what other ways might we think about this?
That's right.
That could be beneficial and help us to solve this and even move forward into something we didn't even know it's potentially going to be even better.
That's right. So we hope this has been helpful. It's both individual and organizational, I think, where resiliency can make such a huge difference for leaders.
Yeah, it's so true. And, if you want to kind of bounce anything off of us, shoot us an email, leave a comment, and we would certainly love to support you in any way that we can around being resilient.
That's right. So thanks, everyone.
Thanks. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.